So go ahead and state your name.
Laquan Jackson.
And where do people know you from?
All over. Nah. Like, I'm from Brooklyn. Y'all already know that, though. I say I'm from a different planet because I don't relate well to others. But yeah, we could just say New York City.
And how were you raised?
Which part? When you say how was I raised, that's a real brief question.
Where are you adopted? You know, is your real mom in your life right now? If you have a birth mother, do you have a birth mother? Do you have more than one mom? I
am adopted. I have a birth mother and an adopted mother. I got lucky. My biological mother is no longer on this earth, and she's been gone since I was 7 years old. And right now I am 30. Made it through this threshold. My adopted mom actually adopted me when she was 66 years old. Can you imagine that? Like, having a 1-year-old, a baby at 66, yo, I am forever grateful to her. Because only God knows what she felt like. She is on this earth. But she does suffer with Alzheimer's. It's been like a 10-year journey.
So you're saying when you were adopted, your adopted mom was 66 when she adopted you?
Yeah.
And you were how old?
Baby. I didn't get adopted until I was about 6, maybe 5.
So she started off as what, your foster mom?
Yeah, from 3 weeks old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's a bone.
Yeah, definitely. And what happened to your biological mom?
Well,
why were you put in the system?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff I don't know. It comes with being a kid that was in the system, I guess. But like, my biological mother was really bad on drugs. Like, from what they tell me, it was a choice between me and her next fix. And when you dealing with a demon like that, from what like my mom and like my adopted mom and the rest of my family used to say, like, when you dealing with something like that, that's the devil. Like, you gotta be a real strong person to fight that. And because of my mom's mistakes, it affected everybody.
How did it affect you?
Well, the real question is, how didn't it affect me? Because out of the 3 of us, there's 3 biological. My mom had 3 biological kids. That's me, my brother, and my sister. I don't really know, like, if they were affected. I can't really speak for them, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I could speak for myself. And I was the one who was, I don't want to say born, but I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. And I was the one with the crossed eyes. And I was the one born like addicted because of the shit she did, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like, my number one goal in life was to always be better than whatever she was, because that's crazy to me. Like, how could you just not care? Mm-hmm. But then on the other hand, like, how could you care? Because to know that you're doing this to your kid, which way do you go?
What's cerebral palsy?
Cerebral palsy is a congenital disorder that basically affects your movements, your brain, your motor skills, everything.
Are there any types of cerebral palsy, or is it just just cerebral palsy?
Nah, there's actually many different types. There's about 5. But the one I had is called spastic diplegia. So basically, like, when I was born, my eyes was crossed. Mm-hmm. And like, you could put a quarter here and I could see the quarter in the middle because my eyes were so badly crossed. I grew up with braces on my legs, not my teeth, my legs, because I couldn't really walk as good as other kids. I mean, I really couldn't walk that well to begin with, because I used to walk on my tippy toes like this. Like, growing up, I would notice like kids would run outside, but when I would do that, I would just boom, hit the floor, because my balance wasn't so great. My motor skills is shot. Don't ask me to cut a straight line because you will be upset. Even at 30, I can't hold things for too long in my left hand. It's a large list.
Does this affect you now, and does cerebral palsy still affect you in today's world, like not just in the past?
In today's world, it does, very much so.
What happens?
Well, as an adult, I've been told that I'm blessed, because a lot of my own friends that I have that have cerebral palsy like I do, they're in wheelchairs, they can't walk. Like, I'm running out here, I'm dancing like a shata. I'm thankful. But then, you know, when I think about it, I wanted to be a cop. You can't be a cop with cerebral palsy. You know, there's things I wanted to do. I wanted to be tall. I mean, a lot of people want to be tall, a lot of people want to be short, but a lot of my issues come because I had something that prevented me from being a certain way, I guess. Okay. There's certain things, like certain jobs that I can't take, no matter how smart I am or how much I feel like it could be the greatest job ever. I just can't do it because my body won't let me.
Since you were born on your tippy toes and everything, how did you manage to learn how to walk? Well,
I remember I got this operation at 5, and it was basically supposed to bring me down off my tippy toes. Mm-hmm. And it was summertime. I can't remember what year it was though. And all of the kids were outside in the summer because school was out. And they were running, and I would just look out my window because I couldn't go nowhere. Them casts was bigger than me, and I was so hurt because I wanted to be outside. I wanted to ride my scooter the best way I could, because you know you can't really ride a scooter with your legs and your physical not being too good. But you know I made it work, and I was so upset I just wouldn't let it go. And mom would tell me, like, this is worth it because when you are out of these casts, you're going to be running. And I'll say, but mom, I want to be out there now. They're running on the sprinkler. Come on. And I would just cry. That whole summer, all I did was cry.
Your mom was your support system.
My mom built me. When I say it, it sounds like, for some people, they say, like, you say it like you a robot. Mm-hmm. But that's how I feel. Because without her, I wouldn't be who I am right now. Like, I remember them sleepless nights. I used to get really bad pains in my legs. Like, the worst pain you could ever think. Like, oh my God, I never felt nothing like that in my life besides that. And, like, no amount of medication or anything. You don't want to be drugging up your kid at 5 and 7. So, you think of the next best thing. My mom, she used to stay up and rub my legs. And rubbing alcohol, like the green kind, the clear kind, like anything. I'm talking warm baths, everything. Because, like, that's what comes with cerebral palsy, too. Like, a lot of people don't say, but this shit, your body could betray you. Like, your legs and stuff, depending on who you are and what you have, they just hurt for no reason. So you could wake up on a Tuesday, you in pain. You could wake up on a Sunday, pain. Like, it do what it want, you know?
How many surgeries have you had?
Well, I've had one big surgery on my legs. Mm-hmm. I've had one big surgery on my eyes. I've had one huge surgery on my ear, and then about 7 minor operations because whatever cyst that was in my ear kept coming back.
And was this all because of you having cerebral palsy?
We'll see that we don't. Well, the legs, yeah. The eyes, yeah. The ear thing, I can't really tell you if that was just like hereditary, because like a few people in my family have it, or if it was like because of the cerebral palsy. It's kind of like in a
Okay. Did having cerebral palsy, did you develop other illnesses?
Yeah, when I got older, which is the second part. Like, now I have degenerative arthritis, and you know, people say like, arthritis, we're all gonna get it. Yeah, but try getting it at 23. Try feeling like your body's at, I don't know, 50. in your 20s when you feel tired and you can feel the aches and pains and you can hear you ever stood up and heard your knees just that's me.
And does this affect you? Like, do you have to take medication? Is there any specific regimens that you have to follow?
I mean, it's not really any type of like medications per se, but like when you have cerebral palsy, you deal with a lot of pain medication, a lot of muscle relaxants, and I used to take a lot of medicine and vitamins and stuff because I the mistakes that my mom made, I was premature.
Your biological mom? Okay.
My biological mother. I was born premature by like a large margin.
How many weeks were you?
I was born at, I believe it was 4.5 months. So like I always had to take vitamins from a kid because I didn't grow like the rest. So people ask me all the time, like, why are you so short? Is it because of your cerebral palsy? Man, don't give me the line because the list is so long. It could be, it couldn't be, it could be because I have an aunt that's like almost the same height as me. Like, we really can't tell you, but I like to say that it's because I was a premature child. You got to blame it on something, right? If
your biological mother was right here, what would you tell her?
Right now?
Because of the cerebral palsy.
You know, it's funny that you asked that because just recently I asked myself this because all kids, well, I can't say all, but a lot of people that didn't grow up with their biological family or parents, they gonna feel angry. And that's what I used to feel for years and years. I used to say, God knew what he was doing when he took her away because my attitude, and I used to say like, if you was here, I'll cuss you out. And I would say, like, fuck out of here. And you was a dummy and I hate you. And I would say so much things. And I meant every single word. And then one day, it just stopped. Because I started to feel like, what happened to you? Like, why did you become this way? And I started to feel real sad for my biological mother. And now, like, if she was here today, I think I would be stuck. Because I would be so hurt by what she did to herself. To me, like, doing something to somebody else is bad. But to see the aftermath of a drug addiction, who else can you blame? And then to look at your child, no matter how they turned out, because, hey, I feel like I turned out blessed. No matter how they turned out and see that they didn't do something because of you, I feel like my mom would have killed herself behind that.
And where do you see yourself, despite the fact that you do have CP, where do you see yourself achieving? Because like you said, you're limited to what you can do. You can't be a cop. So what are your alternative goals?
I mean, alternative, man. I was voted most likely to get rich in high school. So all of y'all that know me in high school, I'm out here trying to get rich. Let's make it happen because, there's too much money to be made. Honestly, though, all jokes aside, I do want to influence people. I like to talk to people. I like to hear what people go through and not compare what, I went through with them because not for nothing, you can't compare it to the next man. But I do feel like there's so much people out here that just need to know that somebody went through the same part of something that they did. Just to make it one more day. Like, you never know what somebody dealing with. And I feel like for me, YouTube, we get on YouTube and we tell a lot of jokes and we do a lot of pranks and they see the bull crap and I cuss you out all the time. But like on a serious note, that's my dream, just to talk to people and let them know, like, you could make it another day because I did.
Do you want to just influence people in general, or are you going for a specific crowd, like people with CP?
I want to influence people because you never know. People look at me and they don't know I have CP. Yeah. So for me to say, I only want to influence people with cerebral palsy or bipolar disorder or depression, how do you figure that out? Because what does that look like?
What if one of those people happen to have CP and see you walking around Is that something that you would love to achieve? Because they probably think, hey, she has CP and she's walking. If she can do it, I know I can.
Because you can. I might have a mild case, as they say, but pain is not mild. Pain doesn't get on a scale and say, I'm going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. No. I remember what it feels like to go to physical therapy. And, you know, it don't stop. So if you do have cerebral palsy and you feel like giving up today, guess what? Don't, because it's not worth it, trust me. Because as a kid, I was fighting that battle. And if a kid could fight that battle with the perfect support system, yo, comment down below and let everybody know, like, if you have cerebral palsy, talk to me. Because, yo, that struggle, I know.
Have you ever thought about joining the foundation, the CPF?
Yes and no, honestly.
Okay, why?
Because, like, I joined a few foundations because, you know, like I said, my mom had Alzheimer's. Mm-hmm. And, you know, y'all know my wife has epilepsy. So we are in a lot of foundations and stuff.
So how do you know that if you weren't to join CPF, how do you know that you wouldn't make a difference?
I don't know.
Is that something that you'd be interested in doing?
Why not? When you fight a battle, you can't be picky about you winning.
No.
Because I feel like I won. Even though I got like a little bit of, like, I mean, I'm saying a little bit, like it's light, but like I still got the degenerative arthritis. I got, you know, I'm not saying it for pity because I hate when people do that. But I still got my stuff wrong. I got a limp when I walk. I like to call it my bop. Like, I made it myself. You feel me? You gotta live and learn, and that's what I'm doing right now.
It sounds like you're just living your life day by day.
Day by day, freely.
Now, are there anybody, are you open for people to contact you?
No doubt. I mean, you know, don't be trolling me in the comments. It's saying like, no. Listen, positive 2020. Listen, you want to talk? Let's do it. Like,
you seem like a strong enough person to just be there for someone, and you seem like you have a really good ear to listen to. I was raised where you got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Thank you, Mama Jackson. Okay, well, this was a very endearing and very powerful conversation that we've had. Very much so. And is there anything else you want to say to the audience? Listen, if you got up this morning, go make it happen. Stop waiting for things to happen. It don't work that way. Make it happen. So if you woke up with them stupid little crutches, you better keep on crutching on. If you woke up with braces on your legs, you better wear them braces, girl, and stand tall, boy, and stand tall. And, you know, just know that you can do it, because I did it. Thank you. You're welcome. Now, is there anything else before I end this video that you want to say? No. Is there anything else you want to say? No. But thank you very much for this information. Quite welcome. I hope it does somebody some good, right? Yeah.